time. I get to do anything I want now because I'm president of everything. And I know what I want to do, my most favorite thing. I want to check in and see what Ivanka is doing in the bedroom. Maybe she's changing clothes. I'm going to check my president of everything secret spy cam that she doesn't know about.
Daddy, I know you're on your peeping Tom
shit.
cam. I'm monitoring your phone.
All right, what else do I want to do? I know, I want to declare another national emergency. 911.
911, what is the nature of your emergency?
Original recipe.
I'm sorry, did you say original recipe?
Yes, I'm declaring a national emergency. The monster Mexican drug lords working the drive-thru at my local KFC chicken are clearly changing the original recipe. I want you to send the SWAT team over there, and I want you to deport every last one of them.
Mr. President, is this you calling during executive time again?
No, this is Lindsey Graham.
Mr. President, I recognize your voice and the number you're calling from at the White House. I need you to put your daddy on the phone right now.
No, there's no need to bother Vladimir Putin about this.
Okay, then I need you to put your mommy on the phone right now.
No, there's no need to get Melania involved either. I'm still the President of the United States. And this is a national emergency. This is why we need a wall at the border, because they're coming here and they're doing something to our beloved American fast food, and I think they're doing something to my Big Mac too.
Mr. President, are you saying you think someone is poisoning your food?
No, I'm not saying. Now, because I ordered Vice President Pence to taste test everything, and apparently he's still alive. Last time I checked. Besides, the only person that I think would likely poison me would probably be Vladimir, and he's not gonna poison me as long as I keep doing everything he tells me to do. Like give him a little bit of top secret information once in a while. Maybe dismantle the NATO treaty and pull us out, and undermine democracy a little bit more. Harmless stuff. Believe me, I've got a handle on it.
Mr. President, what makes you think Mexicans working at your local McDonald's are doing something to your Big Mac?
Believe me, trust me, I can tell you they're up to no good with the special sauce on my Big Mac. Trust me, I know what the special sauce is supposed to taste like, and I can tell you they're putting something else entirely on my Big Mac. Whatever sauce they keep putting on it does not have the same texture. It's not the same. It's a little whiter, and it tastes a lot more salty than it ever has before.
Mr. President, you are abusing your authority by continuing to claim an emergency where there isn't one. You are like the boy who cried wolf. Someday when there's a real emergency, no one will believe you.
I have to say, that really hurts. I mean, have I ever, as your president, have I ever lied to you?
Yes, all the time. You lie to the American people constantly.
Okay, whatever, but I'm not lying to you right now. The Mexicans at my KFC are doing something to the original recipe. Okay, this drumstick, it does not taste American. It tastes Mexican. Okay? They're doing something to my special sauce on my Big Mac, and I'm declaring a national emergency on behalf of all Americans. I'm ordering you to send the SWAT team over to my local KFC in Washington, D.C. and the McDonald's, and I want you to round up all the Mexicans, and I want you to deport them all. Oh yeah, and don't forget my special signature touch. Separate the children from the parents so they learn their lesson.
Mr. President, do you realize the real national emergency we would cause if we rounded up all the Mexican immigrants who work in the fast food industry?
What are you talking about? My base will love me. They'll worship me more than they worship Jesus if I do this.
Do you think any of the white Americans in your base want to work the drive-thru at McDonald's or KFC?
Okay, no problem. No problem. I'll just get Elon Musk. I'll dial him up and I'll get him to commit to making like a couple of million Caucasian robots that could work in the fast food industry. You don't need to be a human being to put special sauce on a Big Mac, let me tell you.
Okay, that's it. I'm dispatching a squad car right now.
Fantastic. See, I knew you were a patriotic American.
No, I'm sending a squad car to the White House right now, and they're going to charge you with making false emergency calls to 911.
I'm really scared. Really. I mean, everybody knows you can't charge a sitting president. Okay? Everybody knows that, duh. And good luck getting me to stand up. Okay? I do everything sitting. I am a sitting president, let me tell you. Believe me, trust me, I can tell you that. I do everything sitting down. I pee sitting down. I play golf sitting down. I sit down when I'm daydreaming and imagining that Melania might be wanting to have sex with me tonight. You never know. It could happen.
Okay, that's quite enough, Mr. President. And for your information, you're wrong. What you're talking about is a memo by the Justice Department. It's only a guideline, never been a law. The Constitution actually does allow for a sitting president to be charged with a crime.
Well, tell me this, Miss Smarty Pants. How do you think you're ever going to get inside the White House gate if you don't know the Trump password?
Okay, what is the password, Mr. President?
That's right. Like I'm really going to tell you. You'll show up at the gate. You won't know the password. I'll be laughing my ass off, and the officer will keep guessing. He'll try to think of what I'd use. He'll try Mueller sucks, and that won't be it. He'll try no collusion, which would be a good guess, but that won't be it either. He'll try Trump Tower Moscow, which is another good guess, and that won't be it either. He'll try password, like I'm that stupid, and of course I did. It used to be password, but John Kelly made me change it.
Okay, stop, Mr. President. We'll make a deal with you. If you tell us the password, the sergeant says he'll let you play with the lights and siren.
Deal. And you know what? I'm coming out the better on this one. I have the art of the deal, because you should have been able to guess. I shouldn't have had to make a deal with you, but I'll take that deal. I get to play with the lights and the siren. Okay. Well, you should have known what the password was. Everybody knows, with my charm with the ladies and how they can't resist my hands. The password, of course, would have to be finger licking good. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Young. You lying about your Russian friends and all your treasonous shenanigans. Ooh, the damage done. I see your hair weave going up in flames. You know you only have yourself to blame. Ooh, the damage done. So are you local in Sacramento?
Yep.
And I understand you were here for the Trump Show Us Your Taxes event?
For a little bit of it, yeah.
Awesome. Tell me a few of your thoughts why you came today.
Well, I think it's important that he disclose his his financial situation so that we can have a little bit more trust in him and what he's doing.
Can we have any trust in him after all the other lies we've heard? This is just one more on the growing long list of greatest hits.
Yeah, that's...
This is like a greatest hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of lies of his.
Absolutely, yeah. It's,
I mean...
It's just bewildering how he...
It's bewildering.
Yeah, how he can... it's just a mind blower how it's... how he's able to stay in power so far, and the people that support him, why they're supporting him. I just don't understand.
Despite things like this, I mean,
right? And
why would you hide your taxes unless you?
Yeah. I mean,
clearly have something to hide.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not believable. He's not ethical.
How can you trust somebody who more and more information is coming out that he's got these ties to Russia and that and finances are.
And he lied
involved
about
with
that.
it.
You
Yeah.
know, he lied when they asked him, any of your associates have any contacts? They lied about it. Then it
Yeah.
all comes out, then they have to admit. So we're catching
Yeah.
him all these lies.
I know. So it's imperative that we see what is his history with his finances. Not just did he pay his taxes, but who does he owe money to?
Absolutely.
And what are all these backroom deals that he's been doing? And the country needs this information. You know, we've been given it by everybody else who's run for president. Why does he get, not have to rise up and share, be transparent?
This is the party that dares.
They watched
to
him
call itself
brag
family
on that
values.
Access Hollywood interview about bragging about assaulting women, whether
You know, it's segues.
grabbing them by the pussy.
Yeah,
And this
exactly.
is the family value. This is what's happened to the Republican Party.
You know, in some ways, it's just a surreal escapade. You look at it every day, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is another example of nonsense."
And I've got to say, what the fuck is the deal with Lindsey Graham? All right? It's supposed to be the best friend of Senator John McCain, and we all
Well,
know
this is
what
why,
President Trump said about
like-
John McCain, that he wasn't a hero because he got caught in
You know,
Vietnam.
this is one of the just lunacies of our moment, that we keep waiting for the so-called adults in the room to, take Trump on. We keep expecting, against all evidence to the contrary, that the people in the Republican Party, who really should know
Did
better.
you hear the story that Republican Congressman Peter King recently called Trump an evil Forrest Gump? It was all over the news. Republican Congressman Peter King met with a reporter at a Safeway store of all places, and I guess he thought it was off the record, and among other things, he referred to Trump as being the equivalent of an evil Forrest Gump being elected president. I mean, that's just spot on, Congressman. I mean, so well said. So how would that go? Laugh is like a box of chocolate-covered porn stars. You never know what you're going to get. Syphilis, gonorrhea. But Congressman King was really embarrassed, as you can imagine, when the story came out. So his office put out a denial the next day. Congressman King, which is to deny any and all reports that he would ever set foot in a Safeway store.
What is Trump doing now? What is his domestic policy? What is it? We don't know it. What is he doing with our allies in Europe?
Domestic policy is pretty much racism.
It's pretty much racist. It's pretty much closed-in borders. That's it.
Make America white again.
Make America white again. Send America back 70 years.
Yeah.
Come on now. We can't do that. That's why we got to fight every day.
No, seriously, the thing with Social Security and Medicare is just insane, and I think he will be dig his own grave here. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, we were wrong about him getting elected, but I think people that didn't vote for Hillary last time realize the mistake that they made.
Yeah.
It's no matter how corrupt or evil you think Hillary is, this guy is far beyond that.
Absolutely.
At least I feel that way.
Someone like this getting elected to the highest office, how does that go over with you? How does that make you feel about your obligation and your generation's obligation as the future?
Well,
Does it light a fire?
I mean, when he got elected, it really shined a light, I think, on to a lot of us as to how possible it was, because so many of us just thought it was such a ridiculous notion that I feel the fact that it happened does it's kind of a splash of cold water in the face, make you realize, okay, things weren't as the illusion that we thought we were living in.
Exactly.
This is a reality that we do live in.
We got to fight every day. What can we do as activists, as organizers, to just fight every day, run for office, get people like me to run for office, young people like me.
Are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about running for office.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about running for Senate one day. Come on now.
That's fantastic.
Senate right here.
That's fantastic,
Independent.
Chad.
Independent, California. Come on now.
Yeah.
Not Democrat, not
Now that's because,
Republican.
a lot of independents and conservatives understand what we're talking about. A lot of them. I've seen the Donald and the damage done. A little part of it in both of his sons. Going down like the setting sun. You conned your way
see your dishonesty. Ooh, and Mueller almost done.
Hey there, thanks for tuning into the program. I'm Connie Bryan and you're watching The Connie Bryan Show. Well, what the hell is wrong with people, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's one of my New Year's resolutions. You guys, first of all, you guys know we're no longer the 50 states of America, right? Oh no, we're now the 50 states of America. That's how the rest of the world sees us now. The batshit crazy 50 states of America. I mean, how can Republicans call themselves with a straight face the Family Values Party after having seen and heard all the obviously corrupt, immoral, racist, dishonest shit coming out of his mouth on a daily basis when he was campaigning, and thought to themselves as the Family Values Party, I like that guy. Let's elect that guy to the highest office of our land. Apparently it's a family value to brag about grabbing women by the pussy because you're famous, you can get away with it. Apparently it's a family value to pay off multiple porn stars in order to hide multiple sexual affairs from your wife, the kids, and the rest of the country. Apparently it's a family value to denigrate wounded prisoner of war hero Senator John McCain, saying, well, he's no hero. I like soldiers who don't get caught and go to prisoner of war camps. And you didn't even serve with your dubious claim of having bone spurs, you know? Apparently it's a family value to sexualize your own daughter.
Oh, his unhealthy obsession with his daughter Ivanka.
Oh, God,
absolutely.
That's disgusting.
If I wasn't her father, I'd be dating her. He said that on like what
Thank you for
3
bringing that up.
occasions.
He's documented saying that.
Yes.
This is his own flesh and blood daughter, and he's being.
If she wasn't his
Even
daughter.
if she wasn't, it's pretty up. I'm sorry, can I
It's
say
okay.
that?
It is. It totally is.
Considering his wives,
Who says
she
that?
does right. Like
He does.
And this is the man that we trust to run our country. So they want to say they didn't trust Hillary Clinton because of the whole like Bill cheating on her and everything, and her just letting it slide. But then they're gonna elect a guy who hits on his daughter on
Sexual
live
comments.
TV.
It's sexualized comments.
It's like, who
What the hell?
sexualizes their own children?
That's gross.
It's disgusting.
You know, 2 interviews on television, Google it, you'll find them. Trump, and one of them says, ooh, Ivanka, she's so hot. If she wasn't my daughter, I'd definitely be dating her. And another one, he's asked what interests they share in common. And Trump says, well, I'd say probably sex, right, Ivanka? Oh my God, apparently it's a family value to take little children away from their immigrant families at the border as refugees, and not only that, but then place them in cages like animals. Would Jesus do that? Apparently so. Apparently it's a family values party supporting it. You know? What the hell? We all saw this stuff in living color. It was no secret when he was campaigning. Which party couldn't get to the polls fast enough to elect this piece of shit? The Family Values Party. The family of the evangelical Christians, you know? More like the hypocritical values party. Trump needs to lie like we need oxygen in order for him to survive. I'm not saying he doesn't need oxygen. He needs the oxygen in order to lie, okay? What the hell has happened to this country? At least about a third of it, as best I can tell. Grabbing pussy, you thought you had it made. You lied to hide the fact that Stormy got paid. You fired Comey to keep us from finding out. I sing the song cause you're a piece of shit, and cause we all know that you're Putin's bitch, and also cause it really scratches my itch. I've seen the Donald and the damage done, a little part of it in both of his sons, but they don't get a pass just cause they're so fucking dumb. And I have to say, reality television is largely to blame. This mind-blowingly ignorant reality TV they keep cramming down our throats, and here we have this unfit reality TV show host elected to the highest office of our land. Speaking of reality TV, don't you guys miss Steve Irwin? God, I miss Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. See, that's when reality TV was at its ultimate best. It's at its peak, and that was before it became a coined term, too. Steve Irwin risking his life every day molesting animals for our entertainment. Nobody else could do it like Steve Irwin. Nobody else could get away with sticking their finger up the ass of a 10-foot alligator, and give it a rectal exam for children on primetime television, and get away with it not only with the alligator, but with PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, because they were always cool with anything Steve Irwin did with the animals. There's always like, well, he clearly loves animals, and besides, we've seen worse on Sesame Street with how they treat Big Bird, and I think the alligator probably had it coming anyway. But I miss Steve Irwin. I'm always reminded of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, anytime I go home to visit my fundamentalist religious family in Florida. Because it's always like an episode of the Crocodile Hunter. It's always like, shh, now kids, don't try this at home. The only reason I can do this is because of my many years of experience dealing with other scary creatures like the Egyptian cobra and the Nile crocodile and the cast of Duck Dynasty, but I digress. I'm about to get up close and personal with a creature even scarier than that, the Florida Trump-supporting Southern Baptist. Now kids, like I said, don't try this at home. The only reason I can do this is because right now, I know they can't see me coming. You see, that's because the Florida Trump-supporting Southern Baptist is a distant cousin of the African ostrich. Now, you know how the ostrich likes to bury his head in the sand, right, kids? Well, you see, the Florida Trump-supporting Southern Baptist has a similar weird habit, except they like to keep their heads buried way the f*** up their ass. But I really like being tall, I do. I just get a little tired of the people coming up to me on the street also going, yo, Weird Al Yankovic, we love your music. It's not that funny. Speaking of which, I'd like to start off with my newest, would you guys like to hear my newest parody? All right. This is my newest Lady Gaga parody of her big smash hit, Bad Romance. This is my version, Trump and Putin Bromance. Okay? I want your ugly orange disease. I want that hairpiece, rub it on me. Oh, caught in a Trump and a Putin bromance. And now the Republicans are shitting their pants. You gotta be freaking kidding me. How can this be really happening? How could anybody be dumb enough to even vote for such a piece of shit? Donald Trump is such a fake-haired f***ing moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired... Donald Trump is such a fake-haired f***ing moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired f***ing moron. Show us your taxes. Caught in a Trump and a Putin bromance. Maybe it's time we all move to France. Right now it's totally clear as a bell that our nation's freaking out the whole world. He's got his finger on the nuclear button while he's tweeting like a 12-year-old girl. You guys know the chorus. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired f***ing moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired f***ing moron. Steve Bannon's white trash. He's f***ing Kellyanne. They're second cousins. Check it out on Ancestry. Caught in a Trump and a Putin romance. And now the Republicans are pooping their pants. You know, even people who are mentally challenged, at least they know they're smarter than him. I swear to God, he likes to talk about dating his daughter. Right? Yeah. But even Ivanka won't go out with him. One more time, everybody! Donald Trump is such a fake moron. Trump is such a fake moron. Show us your taxes. Thank you.
How do you think this is going to play out when Mueller finishes? When he finally finishes, when's he going to finish his investigation?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Do you think he should be? Do you think he might be the first indicted sitting president? Do you think there's a chance?
I think there's a chance for sure.
You don't need to be a human being to put special sauce on a Big Mac, let me tell you.
Okay, that's it. I'm dispatching a squad car right now.
Fantastic. See, I knew you were a patriotic American.
No, I'm sending a squad car to the White House right now, and they're going to charge you with making false emergency calls to 911.
I'm really scared. Really. I mean, everybody knows you can't charge a sitting president. Okay? Everybody knows that, duh. And good luck getting me to stand up. Okay? I do everything sitting. I am a sitting president, let me tell you. Believe me, trust me, I can tell you that. I do everything sitting down. I pee sitting down. I play golf sitting down. I sit down when I'm daydreaming and imagining that Melania might be wanting to have sex with me tonight. You never know. It could happen.
Okay, that's quite enough, Mr. President. And for your information, you're wrong. What you're talking about is a memo by the Justice Department. It's only a guideline, never been a law. The Constitution actually does allow for a sitting president to be charged with a crime.
Well, tell me this, Miss Smarty Pants. How do you think you're ever going to get inside the White House gate if you don't know the Trump password?
Okay, what is the password, Mr. President?
That's right. Like I'm really going to tell you. You'll show up at the gate. You won't know the password. I'll be laughing my ass off, and the officer will keep guessing. He'll try to think of what I'd use. He'll try Mueller sucks, and that won't be it. He'll try no collusion, which would be a good guess, but that won't be it either. He'll try Trump Tower Moscow, which is another good guess, and that won't be it either. He'll try password, like I'm that stupid, and of course I did. It used to be password, but John Kelly made me change it.
Okay, stop, Mr. President. We'll make a deal with you. If you tell us the password, the sergeant says he'll let you play with the lights and siren.
Deal. Deal. And you know what? I'm coming out the better on this one. I have the art of the deal because you should have been able to guess. I shouldn't have had to make a deal with you, but I'll take that deal. I get to play with the lights and the siren. Okay. Well, you should have known what the password was. Everybody knows with my charm with the ladies and how they can't resist my hands. The password, of course, would have to be finger licking good.